The vacation to Jamaica was already booked, and then Hurricane Melissa hit. There was a lot of concern. People didn't want to go, thought the hotel industry would be, shut down or whatnot. But we stuck with it, and we ended up going in January. And the tour guide who was supposed to take us off the beaten path, two little mini buses of us tootling around on the path of the eye of the hurricane, took us to a village called Lottery, the irony of the name. And the one lady had said, if you want to help anybody specifically out, he said, you might want to consider Oneil, and which was right where I was standing. He lost everything. He lost his house. He lost his crop. He's a farmer, a fruit and vegetable grower for the hotels, etc., for the marketplace. Everything, like fridge, stove, total possessions. All that he has on his site is some tin that he's gathered up in the valley. So I'm sitting there on this railing, talking to this young gentleman who he held my hand and he said, "Help me." And I said I would. And I thought that meant writing a check, going home and writing a check and washing my hands of it and saying, "Thank you very much. I did my part." And sitting back in Canada in the middle of the winter, looking around, and I've got all this collection of sculptures that I've done over the years. And it struck me one evening that hey, maybe I could leverage this. And I set out to create an auction for my sculptures. And try to raise what I can and to do more than I would have personally. And so that's where I am. And the auction is up and running. And I told another student, Roger Denny, in my class, and he's like, I admire his sculpting work. And he was touched by it. And he said, "Hey, Norm, I want to make a piece for this." So he set off with a ball of clay. As I finished my pieces, then he shows up one day with a total of 5 beautiful sculptures. I got his email and number, but Oneil doesn't have any money. So I would get a little blurb that I've got to, I got to get some minutes. And at first I didn't realize he meant minutes on his phone. I just got photos this morning. Oneil sent pictures. Nothing's changed other than the plants are growing back.